You got to fight with Alex Nicholson your next fight.
Yeah.
You fought him before?
Yeah.
Beat him?
That was my
I fought on the same card as him once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he was the first person I ever lost to, man, in about 10 years ago. I turned pro that year, and he was my 6th fight that year. So I was fighting every other month, and I was just knocking him out in the first round, trying to get my record built up. Come into December, I'll fight this guy named Alex. I'm like, all right, cool, whatever.
Is he the Spartan?
Yeah.
How many Spartans are we allowed to have
Spartans.
here? We got a lot of gimmick
got a
infringement here. We got to like start copyrighting some of these names.
300 probably.
There's too many sugars. There's too many Spartans. There's too many sugars.
So yeah, he and I went out there and
a lot of pit bulls.
At the beginning of the round, man, I got a little takedown on the trip, and I was in his guard, and he kept tying my arms up, and I was like, man, fuck this shit, like, you know what I mean? I'm just gonna knock this guy out, and so I stood up out of his guard and let him stand up, and he threw like a 1-2, and I faded back, and he stepped through with a fucking spinning back fist, bro, and caught me, and then he went on to beat like 4 of the best heavyweights in the region, you know what I mean? On some, like, it's the craziest shit, like the craziest shit, man. Like just getting these knockouts out of, like, pulling them out of his ass.
Well, that seems to be something with fighting from the outside looking in. Guys seem to go on streaks. Guys seem to get hot. You know, like McGregor went on that 3-year streak.
Also, fortune favors
because it's
the
mental,
bold.
bro.
The way he's saying, like,
pulling
shit out of his ass. Like, I think you do some shit that you're not going to see every day.
You just get wild.
And that's the thing.
At the same time, you can get caught doing that shit.
Yes.
Doing unconventional shit. That's why the basics are superior, but at the same time, you do something people aren't used to seeing every day.
Very interesting. They talk about that with gunfighting and with, like, you know, the military. You want to be asymmetrical in your attacks. You know, you don't want to don't want to do something that people can see coming and train for.
Well, yeah, the guerrilla warfare. That's why those tactics were so. There is no way of operating through war. They were fucking digging out fucking tunnels in Vietnam with spoons and shit.
About
and
it.
Fucking,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Setting up all. The thing is like, and all the coaches like, you know, this guy's a fucking bum. He's not even technically sound. I'm like, I ain't falling into that trap again.
Yeah.
I've seen this motherfucker knock people out when he was running away from him and hit him like with a little, you know what I mean, like one of these, bro. And I'm like, nah. And that's the thing is, like, he's dangerous when he's hurt. He throws with reckless abandonment. He's, you know what I mean, but at the same time, it's still dangerous for a heavyweight. Now he ain't got no gloves on, so
bare knuckle, bare knuckle MMA, which I think is awesome.
That's
just a fight. That's a
great.
fight. You know,
it's great. Oh God, it's
this is Masvidal, right?
You prefer it? You prefer
without gloves on, man. Yeah, I do. I won the bare knuckle boxing world title. Just my 2nd fight with BKFC, and then I got called back to the UFC when I did that route. But something about taking the gloves off, man. It's you allow those primal emotions to kind of overcome you. You just become an animal because there is no option really. The sport of it's kind of taken away from it. And now it's like we're about to fight.
Fight.
And you can see the motherfuckers' eyes if they want to, you know what I mean? Like, if they want to be in there or not. Like, you know, without gloves on, it's like, it's different. You know, it's just
even though
different.
The gloves are just 4 ounces, it's more almost to protect your knuckles.
Yeah, but it's just it's a mental thing. It's a mental thing. We know that. Like, I know I've been hit way harder with gloves on than without gloves on a lot of times, you know, because the
guys throw with the reckless abandon you're talking about.
Yeah, and the, you know, the surface area of a glove is larger than, you know, fists, so their equilibriums get hit more. That's why boxers, obviously, they get more concussions too, is because even though the glove's more padded, it's covering more areas, so you get more of that jarring. Whereas without gloves, you're getting more lacerations. But people, you know what I mean, they were like, "Oh, no gloves is, you know, dangerous," which it is. But I've been hit harder with gloves on, but it's just something about it that's you're just exposed even more, and it's just like. It's just primal, man. It's just primal. And you get to let all your inhibitions kind of go and just become an animal when you walk into the cage. And that's it. You get to kind of impose your will in that sense, like, who's the real alpha here? Not who's the more skilled fighter, but who's gonna. You know
And like Mickey was saying, I imagine that it does open up a little bit more use of your hands for jiu-jitsu if you get down into it.
Yeah.
Wrestling, get around a little bit.
Yeah, if you want to be gay. Nah, grappling's cool.
Disclaimer.
Yeah.
Slick Thick LLC,
Well,
Florida says grappling is cool. Grappling isn't gay at all.
That's the thing with Game Bread, like Masvidal and Dean Toole's the VP and the matchmaker, but those guys they don't care about your necessarily your record. They don't care. They definitely don't want people that have like a lot of that have a heavy grappling style or heavy wrestling pedigree or anything like that. They want fighters. They want people to put on a show. They want violent motherfuckers, and they want blood. They want to see teeth. They want, you know what I mean? Look how Masvidal. I mean, if you look at the roster of fighters and that they sign and they have fighting each other, it's fighters. It's fighters. You know what I mean? They don't. If your ass is taking people down and laying on them, they ain't gonna have you back in the next show.